Okay, so let's start. So first of all, so this is our table. Okay. So always remember, an HTML has what? HTML has head and body, right? Head and body. Head controls the headers, body controls the rest of the body for the HTML. Right? We have seen HTML direct has two parents. Now this table should be always inside the body only, right? Inside the body only we have everything, link and like whatever we do in invoice automation mostly comes from the body only. Okay. So we'll be working in the body. Now here we can see only one table. There is only one table, but it might happen that our web page or whatever the web page we are automating, it might have multiple tables, right? So how to handle that? First thing. So when getting XPath, you see this is the body. If I enter the body, okay, this is the first step. Second. Are they gone out? Wait. Body table is table. You see inside the body tag, after coming a lot way, there is a table. See the table tag. The table is covering the whole thing. Okay. Now that's what I was asking about. So now every like inside the body we have a table. Now table had different properties. Like inside the table we have different properties. First, a table will always have a T body. T body. That is another tag. Okay. A table will always have a T body. Okay. A T body will always have a TR. And the TR will always have either TD or TH. What are the things? So table will come where from body, I said, right? Inside the body, we will have a table. Inside the table, we will have a T body. T body means nothing but table body, the structure of the table. Okay. So inside the table body, we will have TR. TR means table rows. Okay. These rows. And inside the table rows, we will have the TD or TH. TD data. Yes, TD means table data and TH means table header. Okay, so it depends on, like you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 rows are table data, consist of table data. This one row consists of table header. Okay, so this is the structure for the table in the HTML. But as I was saying that it might happen that there is one more table. So whenever you are getting the XPath for any particular checkbox or any particular text, what you have to do? First, you have to identify the table itself, that which table I want to work on. Okay. So to write the XPath, we'll start with relative tag table and we'll separate the table here only because the table will have some attribute, right? So get that attribute here. What is the attribute? Only one attribute they have given, I think. 1 second, let me check. Yes, only one attribute they have given. That is cell spacing 0. So control F, I am giving table with the attribute of cell spacing equals to 0. You can see now I got table 1 of 1 because I have identified the table. If there is multiple tables, there will be only one table with the cell spacing of 0. Okay. After I have entered the table, just suppose we want to reach this 80%. Okay. Mind it. We want to reach this 80%. Just I'm saying as of our target right now. So this 80% is inside the T body, right? Table body. So we have to enter the table body. So for that, we'll do what? Now we'll say T body. You see, it got selected. Now, a T body has what I said, TR. Remember, TR, table rows. Rows comes first, then comes the data or header. So which row is it? Can anyone tell me which row is it? This 80% I need. Which row is it?
Okay.
Sorry.
Four.
Which row is it? This 80% is in
Fourth row. Fourth row.
This is in fifth row. See, the header is also in a row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I,
It starts from one.
sorry, if I give TR, you can see, right? The first, this is second, third, fourth, fifth. You can see here 5 of 6. That means this is the fifth row. Tier 5 I have came. Now, after tier 5, this is table header or table data?
Table data.
Table data. So in this row, which number table data it is in this row?
Second one. Second. Huh?
See, 80% select. You got it, right? Now, how it works, I'll show you one second from the DOM itself. See, the table, this is the table. Now we enter the T body. Okay. After T body you enter, you can see the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One second, let me close it. 5, 6. Okay. Now, see the first table row has only table headers. See, only table headers it has. Second table row has the table datas. Third row consists of table datas. Fourth row consists of table datas. Fifth row consists of table datas, and also as well as sixth row consists of table datas. So whenever there is a table, okay, to you guys or given to you guys, what you have to do? First, identify the table itself so that the table itself is separated from others. Because if you don't separate the table, what will happen? Just suppose there is multiple table and you haven't separated the table. What will happen? If it is multiple table, it will work for every table, right? If there is one more table and it has the same structure like 6 rows and 3 columns, what will happen? This might be same for everyone, for other tables too. So always try to identify the table so that your data gets specified, because in this table I want to go with the fifth row and second data. Okay. So now let's keep here, no issues. Now tell me, if I want to reach this, where I can see this particular element, what should I do? Tell me. This particular checkbox.
TR4.
Hey, good.
TR4 / TDR3.
Let them say Gurpreet. See, it's selected. But still, will it click here? If I click here, it's clicking? No. I need to click on the checkbox, right? So let's open that one. For checkbox, they have a tag input. So let's get the input. Now it will click on the checkbox. If I click now, it will click on the checkbox. Why I give the input? Because you see, if I don't give the input, I just directly click here. Will it click on the checkbox? No. You see, it's selecting the side parts. It's not clicking here, right? We have to particularly go to that point and then click it. So that's why I first entered to the table data area. Now I saw for the checkbox, they have given the input. So I just gave the input. You got me, right? How I went to the checkbox.
Yeah, we can give like after the XPath also like dot click also we can get, right? Without giving the input.
That's what I'm saying. If you give the XPath, this XPath is selecting the whole box, right? Correct.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you give dot click, I am clicking here. You see, is it clicking the
Okay.
checkbox? No, right?
No.
It's just selecting that.
No.
We have to particularly go to the checkbox and then click it. So
Okay.
particularly click, like to go to the checkbox, we need this input tag, right? See, this input tag is selecting that part. TD is the whole box, but we
Yes,
need
yes.
the input. That's why I came to input again. You got me?
Yes.
It's not so strong. Yes. Okay. Let me ask. Sathi, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Once. So tell me that if I want to, like, why we went to the input? That's my question. Why we went to the input tag? Why we need to give the input tag?
Like without giving the input, we cannot go for the checkbox location exact.
Yes, but the thing is, while practicing, if you guys just give this XPath and try to click it, it might click. Okay, might. I'm not saying it will. There's a chance, but it will. Why? Always remember that Selenium click happens at the center. Okay, that means of by giving the XPath, you are locating some area, right, or some element. Selenium always goes into the central position of that element and clicks it, because this checkbox is at almost at the center of the TD, so it might click, but that's not the correct way. You got my point, right? Selenium click happens at the center of the element, so that's means what I'm saying. This is a button. Just suppose, okay. When you are saying with this XPath, you have written the XPath and you have given dot click. So Selenium always goes to the center and then click it. Okay, at the center point. Automation happens at the center point. And because this input box is almost at the center of the TD, so what will happen if you give this XPath and try to click it, it will go and click it. Maybe, I'm not sure, because it's almost center, it seems like. So, but it's not the correct way, because if the box was there, like here at the corner, then it wouldn't have clicked it, because it will have clicked it in the center and it did not get the input box. That's why I'm saying that's not the correct way. So whenever you are, one second, whenever you need to go to the like checkbox, so use that tag. Now it will go and click there only, like no chance that it will miss it. So that's how you get the XPath for those who has a particular table and rows structure. Okay. No, these are simple. Now we'll go to the, what is selectable? Okay, here. First action, then select. Okay, cool. So any issue on the table, guys? Try to practice the table, calendar, window. Window is very important. Okay, I know you guys will stuck on window. So window is very important. Frame, practice it because it's needed. And if you don't get anything, first try to explore. Okay, first try to explore on Google. There will be like Stack Overflow. There are multiple sites who can help you, like how to enter a frame, how to get an XPath of a drop down. So they will help you. So you see there is a drop down. So we have seen these drop downs, right? So drop down means there will be values listed and we have to choose some value, right? So while like filling some form up, like for our date of birth, or something like that. So we have drop downs everywhere in our practical life. So to automate them, what we can do? We need to automate them, right? We need to select some value. So for that, let's get this link first so that I can see. We don't need it anymore. Okay. See, so whenever there is a drop down, we are selecting some value, right? Correct. I am selecting APM. I am selecting here load runner. So we are selecting some value from a drop down, right? So how to select a value? That's the question. So till now, whatever the methods we have from like WebDriver or web element, are they capable of selecting anything? No.
No.
So for that, actually, Selenium has one more extra class. Okay, one extra class for it, and that class name is select. Select. So for that class, you have to create an object. Okay, and then you have to try to select it. Like I'll show you that I'm creating one object. Okay, select SLT equals to new select, and within parameter, like the constructor has a parameter. Okay, it's a parameter is constructor. So in the parameter is constructed, you have to pass the element itself for which you want to select. So for this drop down, we want to select the value, right? So let's go to and inspect it. It has an ID of drop down one, correct? So let's go to like driver dot find element by dot ID drop down one. So it's I am creating an object for select, and I have passed the parameter for the which element I want to do the select. Okay, it's showing error because you have to import it. Import select, you can see. So I have now that I told my driver that for this element, you have to use the select class attributes. Okay. Now, if I go to the object SLT dot, you can see options, right? Deselect all, deselect by index, deselect by value, deselect by visible text. And for that also, parallel we have select by index, select by value, select by visible text. Correct? You can see these three options, right? So what will happen in a drop down? Okay, we have less than 1 minute. Please rejoin. Rejoin in the link. Okay.